Have you ever noticed how easy it is to slip into negative thinking, even when you don't want to? Maybe you spill coffee on your shirt before a big meeting. Maybe someone cuts you off in traffic, or you get a text that ruins your mood for the rest of the day. Before you know it, you're spiraling, replaying every little annoyance in your head like a broken record. It happens to all of us. But what if I told you there are simple, practical ways to break that cycle and train your mind to think more positively, without forcing fake optimism or ignoring real problems? In today's video, I'm going to share 3 powerful science-backed methods that have helped me, and many others, think more positively and handle negative emotions in a healthier way. These methods are practical, realistic, and can fit into your daily life, even if you're not the positive vibes only type. So if you've ever found yourself stuck in negative thinking, hit that like button so I know I'm not alone. And while you're here, don't forget to subscribe. We've got more practical mindset tools coming your way. All right, let's dive in. 1. The safe release. Letting go without hurting others. First, let's talk about what happens when you get angry, frustrated, or upset. You feel this pressure building up inside, like a balloon that's about to pop. If you try to suppress it, the pressure just keeps growing, and eventually, it explodes. Sometimes in the wrong place, at the wrong person. Maybe you snap at a coworker for a minor mistake, or yell at your partner over something small, or send a text you regret later. We've all been there. Psychologically, this is because emotions are energy, and your brain needs a way to release that energy. If you don't, it builds up and leaks out in unhealthy ways. But here's the trick. You can let out your negative emotions without harming yourself or others. How? By releasing them in your imagination. Let me give you a real-life example. A while ago, I had a disagreement with a friend. They said something that really hurt me, and I felt that familiar wave of anger rising. I knew that if I confronted them in that moment, I'd say things I didn't mean and damage the friendship. So instead, I went into my room, closed the door, sat down, and imagined myself telling them exactly how I felt. I let out every single angry thought in my head. Unfiltered. I even imagined yelling if I needed to. After about 10 minutes, I felt drained, but the anger was gone. My mind was clearer, and I was able to see the situation more rationally. Later, I was able to talk to my friend calmly, without the anger clouding my words. Why does this work? Neuroscience calls this emotional processing. When you vividly imagine expressing your emotions, your brain often registers it as a release, similar to actually expressing it out loud, but without the damage to relationships. You don't need a fancy setup to do this. Just find a private space, close your eyes, and let yourself say what you need to say in your mind. Yell, complain, curse if you need to. No one will hear you. This is not about suppressing your feelings. It's about safely letting them out so they don't control you. 2. Physical release. Move your body to clear your mind. Let's move to the second method, using physical activity to release negative emotions. Have you ever noticed how a workout can make you feel better? Even if you were in a bad mood before, there's a scientific reason for that. Physical activity helps your brain release endorphins and other feel-good chemicals that reduce stress and improve mood. It also helps burn off the excess energy that comes with emotions like anger, frustration, or anxiety. Think of it like this. Negative emotions are like steam in a pressure cooker. Movement is how you let that steam out safely. Let me share another personal example. Last year, I was dealing with a stressful project that wasn't going well. Every day, I'd feel frustrated and stuck. So I made a rule. Whenever I felt overwhelmed, I would go for a 15-minute run. At first, I didn't want to. The last thing I wanted to do when I was stressed was put on running shoes. But once I started, I noticed something incredible. By the time I finished running, the frustration had loosened its grip. The problems were still there, but I could think about them with a clearer, calmer mind. You don't have to run if you hate running. You can walk briskly, do jumping jacks, dance in your room, lift weights, or follow a home workout video. Even a 5-minute movement break can help. The key is to get your blood flowing and your body moving. Remember, your body and mind are connected. When your body feels stuck, your mind often does too. By moving your body, you help your mind move out of negativity. 3. Cutting off the source. Identify and manage negative triggers. Now, let's talk about the third method, cutting off the source of negativity. Have you ever thought about what actually triggers your negative thoughts? It could be a toxic work environment, a draining relationship, or spending too much time on social media comparing yourself to others. The first step is to identify your negativity triggers. You can do this by asking yourself, when do I feel most negative? Who or what drains my energy the most? What activities leave me feeling worse afterward? Once you identify the sources, you have two choices. Remove them completely. Limit your exposure if you can't remove them. For example, if you're in a job that drains your soul every day, consider creating a plan to transition out of it. Maybe it takes 3 months or a year, but having a clear goal gives you hope and reduces daily negativity. If you're dealing with a negative person you can't completely avoid, like a coworker or family member, create buffer zones. Spend less time with them when possible, and protect your energy when you do interact by staying calm and not taking things personally. Or if social media makes you feel negative, consider taking regular digital detox days. Unfollow accounts that trigger comparison and follow those that inspire you instead. Remember, you have more control over your environment than you think. By managing your triggers, you set yourself up to think more positively naturally, without forcing yourself to be positive all the time. 4. Why these methods work. Backed by science. You might be wondering, why do these methods actually work? Here's what science tells us. Emotional release, even imagined, helps your brain process and let go of negative feelings rather than suppressing them. Physical movement triggers endorphins, reduces stress hormones like cortisol, and helps regulate your mood. Managing triggers removes or reduces the frequency of negativity, creating a mental environment where positive thinking can thrive. A 2014 study published in Frontiers in Psychology found that reflecting on negative emotions and using healthy coping strategies improves emotional resilience over time. Another study in health psychology shows that regular exercise significantly reduces symptoms of depression and anxiety. In other words, these aren't just motivational slogans. They are practical, scientifically backed methods that work when applied consistently. 5. Challenge for you. Before you click away, I have a small challenge for you. Over the next 7 days, whenever you catch yourself thinking negatively, whether it's about yourself, someone else, or your situation, I want you to pause and do one of these 3 methods we talked about today. If you're angry, try the safe imagination release for 10 minutes. If you're stressed, step outside for a quick walk or stretch. If you notice a negativity trigger, write it down and think about how you can reduce its influence on your life. You don't have to be perfect, and you don't need to do it all at once. Just one small action each day is enough to start retraining your mind toward positivity. At the end of 7 days, reflect on how you feel. Did your mindset shift, even a little? Did you feel lighter, calmer, or clearer? Come back to this video and let me know in the comments how your 7-day positivity challenge went. I'd love to celebrate your wins with you. I read every one. Thanks so much for watching. Stay positive, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one.